In this week's Positively Fort Wayne, we see how one man with a big heart inspired others to make a difference. When Brian Glass took a leap of faith and founded Petals of Hope, he had no idea how it would change his life and the lives of hundreds of kids in our community.
I grew up as a single child, and I would have been lost without my bicycle.
Riding a bike is such a simple thing.
I remember when I was a kid and how important the bicycle was.
But for Brian Glass, it evokes so many emotions.
Some of my best childhood memories were on my bicycle. Even saying that brings chills to my arms a little bit.
You see a kid that a bike's been given to and you see them out riding around and having fun. It's just a great feeling.
A feeling Brian thinks every kid deserves.
We created the name. My son and I came up with Petals of Hope. He created the design on the computer.
It all started with a Christmas wish.
We adopted a Christmas family one year about 6 years ago. And with that Christmas family, all the kids on their list wanted bicycles, which is kind of a big ask for us.
But it unlocked an idea in Brian's heart.
You know, I called the family and said, hey, what would you think if we had used bicycles, cleaned them, repaired them, refurbished them, made them look like new? The dad said, hey, that would be great. My kids would love them just the same.
And so the journey began.
Collected about 7 or 8 bicycles, and then the day we delivered the bikes to the family, I said, well, I want you to pick up bikes for your kids and then take these extra bikes and find some kids in the neighborhood that could use them. He started to tear up, and that sparked in me something that has started Petals of Hope.
That spark inspired a leap completely guided by faith.
I said, well, let's do 50 bikes. My wife looked at me like, you're crazy. How are you gonna do 50 bicycles? We did 105 out of my home. And so that's kind of how the ball got rolling.
Boy, did it get rolling.
The first year they went through the house, they went into the garage. My sons, myself, a good friend, my wife, we would repair them in the kitchen, bring them through the living room, make sure they're cleaned and detailed. They would go onto a trailer. Once we had them collected all and done for Christmas, then we delivered them. Yeah, and the second year my wife said, never again.
From there, Petals of Hope took off. New space, more partnerships, more bikes for kids.
There's a lot of good people out there. Positivity breeds positivity.
Part of the city, they serve mainly the homeless population in Fort Wayne.
Brian's got a great program going. It's very impressive that he started this ministry on his own in such a small way, and to see it grow year after year. We're just very happy to help him where we can, and we get free pizza when we help.
The more I learned about it, the more it felt like something to get involved. I don't know, it just feels like the right thing.
I feel like it's in God's hands, I really do. It just keeps working, and I believe that's the Holy Spirit doing that. And it's just something that's important to our family.
What a treat to meet Brian and see how that idea came about. Brian, by the way, works at Kelly Automotive. They provide that much needed space now so he doesn't have to have bikes all over his house anymore. Petals of Hope is trying to transition from used bikes to collect more donations to deliver new bikes to kids. They still take gently used bikes, but if they need too much work, it actually costs more than to buy a new one. Last year, Petals of Hope, you saw that big semi-truck at the end of the story. They delivered over 200 bikes to local kids in need of a bike. If you would like to donate to their big Christmas bike giveaway, they're working hard on that right now. We do have a link to donate in this story. And to see all of our Positively Fort Wayne stories, just head to wayne.com, hit the news tab, and look for Positively Fort Wayne.